This episode is brought to you by CarterComics.com. It's your one-stop shop for all your comic needs, whether it be graded or raw. Carter Comics has got it all. All you gotta do is go to CarterComics.com, fill your card up with all their amazing comics. Use the discount code FREAKNET, FREAKNET. Save you 10% at checkout. Not only on their website, but also at their eBay account. And the link to eBay can be found on their homepage at CarterComics.com. Again, CarterComics.com is your one-stop shop for all comic needs.
It's time! It's time! It's JFW time!
All right, guys, this is the time to get step in the ring with the greatest faction in podcast history. Just Freakin Wrestling, the JFW Podcast, hosted by Travis-T.
I'm Dizzle J.
Guys, me and Jay are back, and we're going to talk about the televised wrestling world.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, we're going to cover predictions for WrestleDream, AEW's pay-per-view coming up this weekend. I actually think it's today. It's like a Saturday pay-per-view, which is kind of different for AEW, I think.
I think so, yeah.
Yeah, so,
they're still dreaming to be a real company, but whatever.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Remember, don't talk over me. Like, I know you haven't been here in a while, so stop.
I know.
You should know. You should know by now. So, so we're going to run through predictions of WrestleDream. There's 12 matches. We're going to predict them all. Obviously, I already got Nubby and Pacman's predictions, so me and Jay will give ours on the show. We will obviously run through the card. We're going to run through some of the build-up to the show, and then a little bit about, the venue and all that stuff, too, as we kind of been doing over the course of this year when we've been doing predictions for pay-per-views and stuff. Before we dive into any of that or anything, Jay, is there anything in the wrestling world that caught your eye that you want to talk about, or anything you want to discuss that's upcoming, as far as maybe even WWE, Impact, or whatever like that?
No, I'm looking forward to seeing what happens with The Rock. Obviously, he just made his comeback at Bad Blood. So I want to see where that's going to go. I like the dynamic of SmackDown at the moment, but I think Raw has been the better show as of late. So hopefully SmackDown will catch back up and do some cool shit.
Yeah, I haven't got a chance to get through. Like, I didn't watch, honestly, any wrestling this week. Everything going on with, like, this freaky show and all that stuff has just been, like, really... October sucks for me. It's always busy, but... I know with you, like, you kind of only watch, like, the highlights and stuff because, you fucking live in Bufu where cable doesn't exist yet, but one day it'll be for you. I'm curious on how the 2-hour Raw is going to feel, because we haven't had that since, like, the early 2000s, 2010-ish and everything. So, I mean, we're always used to 3 hours. So I'm curious. I'm going to watch it today. I got a lot of free time in my time. I got a lot of free time in my hands today. So I'm going to watch Raw, and I'm going to see how it kind of feels, like what they really do as far as where did they cut the 3 hours? Did they cut out matches? Did they cut out promos? Like, what are they going to see more of? Because I'm also curious on when they end up in Netflix, if they have established if it's a 2-hour show or a 3-hour show. Because we're getting close to that now. We're within like 3 months away before Raw being off of cable television for the first time since it came out.
Yeah,
So, I'm curious about that. I know that AJ Styles is apparently injured. I don't know what the length of time he's going to be out. It's unfortunate. He is my favorite guy. He finally came back after being on a hiatus since the I Quit match with Cody Rhodes. Comes back and has some leg issues or foot issues in his match with Carmelo Hayes. So hopefully he's okay, and they kind of build on that. As far as The Rock coming back at Bad Blood, obviously unexpected, kind of a total surprise. Obviously, he acknowledged Jimmy, Roman, and Cody in the ring, counting on his fingers 3. I only assume, not confirmed, that when he was counting the 3 on his fingers, he was talking about the 3 people standing in the ring, doing the throat cutting thing. So I guess we're going to see Rock continue to be heel Rock. Obviously coming out with that title belt he got from Muhammad Ali's wife. Still carrying that around, which good for him. PX does the same thing. Oh, no, he doesn't. He lost his fucking title. Gabagool does it now. So, yeah, I do know over on SmackDown, like I said, I didn't get to watch it yet, but I know they're moving forward with the Cody Rhodes issues. By the way, how do you feel about the fact that they didn't really promote the attack between Kevin and Cody following the pay-per-view, but it was released through fan footage online?
I think that's awesome.
Right? It brings realism to it.
Exactly. And a lot of people have commented negatively about it, but it just makes sense in this day and age when everybody has a cell phone or something like that. But even if it is one of their guys, okay? Mm-hmm. But if you do stuff like that, do it around a crowd, someone's going to whip out their phone, and you just got free production and free story promotion.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. You're done. You watched the pay-per-view, obviously, right?
Yes, most
do you ever watch the post-match?
This time I did, yeah.
Okay. So Cody was advertised to be there. Triple H came out when Cody obviously was supposed to be there and said, unfortunately, Cody can't make it. So they really didn't shine a light on the attack because I think by that time the attack really didn't happen or nobody really relayed it to upper management. So I thought that was kind of a cool concept. And yeah, when you have the ability to utilize that kind of storyline in a not production kind of way in front of live fans who are leaving the venue from the show thinking that it's all over. I mean, obviously you're going to have to deal with the fact that once you start releasing these videos and stuff, there's fans who are going to be swearing like, what the fuck you doing, Kevin? Oh my fucking God, he's being like, that's just stuff you have to deal with because that's reality. Nobody's going to be like, holy frick, it just doesn't happen, Yeah. So.
Maybe in Canada.
Possibly, yeah. But even them, frick, they'll slap their own hand and put themselves in timeout or some goofy shit. But, But, yeah, I think it was awesome. It's going to be unique to see. I know there was an altercation between Randy and Kevin on SmackDown as part of this. Kevin, for the first time in his life, I think Randy's trying to be the impartial third party go-between. Was it a voice of reason? Which I didn't think any voices in his head was reason, but whatever, maybe it is. Roman came out and acknowledged Jimmy, not as tribal chief, but just acknowledged him. Jimmy challenged Roman, saying that he's the only member of the family who acknowledges him as a tribal chief. I guess kind of a kick in the pants, like you need to reclaim your throne. I think we're still building to Survivor Series War Games. As far as the participants, who knows? I think it's definitely going to end up being Bloodline versus Roman and his crew. It's just who's going to be where. Obviously Cody and Jimmy may be with Roman. They'll probably have Jey Uso eventually show up as well. I don't know if The Rock would be considered in Survivor Series, but we do have Crown Jewel coming up before that, so we got to see what happens at Crown Jewel going forward. Right. People speculate maybe a Cody Rock match or even a Roman Rock match, depending on how much they build. Because I think Crown Jewel's in like 2 weeks.
Yeah, but Crown Jewel, they're going to do the champion versus champion for the
Cody. Yeah, so Roman, it could be a Roman Rock match.
Roman Rock would probably be that.
Yeah, or Solo and Roman or something like that. Rock is definitely going to be involved in Crown Jewel. So, to what extent, don't know. But I mean, they got a couple more weeks to kind of build up the story. So, we'll see where they go from there. Was it Miz became heel again? Shocker. Aaron Xavier, or not Aaron Xavier, Xavier Woods, starting to, he's on the decline. He's not part of the, power of the New Day anymore. Accidentally ripping off Rey Mysterio's mask, all that jazz. Wrestling's good. Wrestling is good. I think Dynamite had its lowest viewing ever in history, so everything's right in the world. So we're good. Anything else you want to add about wrestling before we dive into AEW?
Let's dive into the card built by an 11-year-old booker.
God, it's exciting. All right, so we got 56 matches to predict. Who else can I put on here? So, okay, AEW WrestleDream, October 12th, 2024. So, as we're recording, it is today, Tacoma, Washington at the Tacoma Dome. 2024 WrestleDream is an upcoming professional wrestling pay-per-view event produced by the American promotion AEW. It will be the second annual WrestleDream and will take place today at the Tacoma Dome in Tacoma, Washington. Like with the previous year's event, this show will be held in honor of New Japan Pro Wrestling founder Antonio Inoki, who died on October 1st, 2022. On October 1st, Inoki, the founder of the Japanese professional wrestling promotion, New Japan Pro Wrestling, died. Prior to his death, the American promotion AEW began a working partnership with New Japan in 2021. This resulted in the annual co-promoted event, Forbidden Door, which was held in June of 2022. The inaugural WrestleDream took place on October 1st, 2023, the one-year anniversary of Inoki's passing, at the Climate Pledge Arena in Seattle, Washington, marking AEW's first pay-per-view to be held in the state of Washington. The name of the event was a reference to Inoki, who AEW promoter Tony Khan called wrestling's greatest dreamer. I assume it'd probably be Dusty Rhodes, but whatever. On April 11, 2024, AEW announced that the second WrestleDream would take place on October 12, 2024 at the Tacoma Dome in Tacoma, Washington, thus establishing WrestleDream as an annual pay-per-view event. I'm sorry, 2 doesn't make annual. Get the 3. Well, this kind of sucks. Okay, well, I was expecting more storyline talk, but WrestleDream will feature professional wrestling matches that involve different wrestlers from pre-existing feuds and storylines. Storylines are produced on AEW's weekly television program Dynamite, Rampage, and Collision. That's it. Okay.
Let's be honest here real quick. And the storytelling in AEW is not the greatest.
No.
So we could probably just go off what we got and assume what happened.
Yeah. Well, no, I gotta get fucking more, dude. There's gotta be more than that. There's gotta be more. Fuck it. Bleacher Reports. Stealing your shit, bro. So AEW 2024 WrestleDream cards and predictions for match order. I'm going to talk about the stories. I'm going to avoid the predictions because that's going to be our own opinions, even though I do believe you and Pacman fucking steal your predictions from other places, but whatever.
I haven't done that since we started this show.
I don't believe you. I know Nubby does it on his own because he keeps losing, which, I get it. So, participation award for Nubsters. The second annual WrestleDream pay-per-view would take place Saturday in Tacoma, Washington, and it could potentially mark the end of the road for Bryan Danielson as a full-time wrestler. Danielson will put his AEW World Championship on the line against former Blackpool Combat Club stablemate Jon Moxley in the likely main event. And Danielson has made it clear that he intends to take on a far less role once he drops the title. In addition to the major match, several other titles will be on the line, including the AEW Women's Championship, the International Championship, TNT Championship, and AEW World Tag Team Championships. The full list of the matches, which we'll run through here during our predictions. Danielson and Moxley. Bryan Danielson has been the most compelling figure in AEW and arguably all of pro wrestling in recent months. Okay. As much of that is due to the constant threat of retirement. Danielson put his career on the line when he faced Swerve Strickland for the AEW World title at WrestleDream. After becoming champion, which it wasn't WrestleDream, it was All Out?
Yeah, something like that.
Come on, Bleacher Report. After becoming champion for the first time, Danielson said that he would only continue wrestling on a full-time basis until he drops the title. Jon Moxley is undoubtedly the biggest threat yet to end Danielson's full-time wrestling career. Okay, it's only been a month. Chill the fuck out. As he already has the record 3 reigns as AEW champion to his credit. Mox also knows Danielson like the back of his hand since they spent over 2 years together in the Blackpool Combat Club. Yeah, ignore the fact that they were in WWE together for like 8 years. That's cool. At All Out, Moxley turned his back on Danielson, branching off into a new group with Claudio, Pac, and Marina Shafir, leaving the American Dragon and Yuta behind. Danielson figures to deal with plenty of outside interference at WrestleDream, but given his status as the beloved underdog babyface, that will likely get the fans even more behind him in his home state of Washington. Moxley vs. Danielson has all the makings of a classic encounter, plus it could go down in history as the swan song for Danielson's full-time wrestling career if Mox prevails. Okay. What's your thoughts on the match, bro?
I bet he bleeds.
Don't. Right. Yeah. Fine. Which one?
Both of them.
Right. Let's see. So we got Will Ospreay versus Ricochet versus Takeshita. In terms of pure excitement and athleticism, it is tough to envision any other match on the WrestleDream card measuring up to the three-way for the International Championship. Will Ospreay has quickly established himself as one of the faces of AEW. I don't believe that. So it came as little surprise when Ricochet targeted him shortly after the arrival in AEW for WWE. Were you the one that sent that video of them fucking cartwheeling and fucking somersaulting around the ring for like 3 minutes?
I might have been. Yeah.
Dumb. Yeah, and then they ended up in like the Superman landing or the superhero landing or whatever.
Yeah.
Ospreay and Ricochet have a ton of history, having competed in viral matches across the world before Ricochet signed in with WWE. Got Bleacher Reports. Come on, dude. Got reacquainted with each other. Stupid. On a recent episode of Dynamite that featured no shortage of death-defying moves, but there was no clear winner due to the interference from Takeshita. Whoever is reviewing these fucking articles, fucking hire somebody else. Stupid. I don't know how to fucking write well, and even I'm just like, that's bad. During his time in AEW, Takeshita has shown that he is on the same level of Ospreay and Ricochet when it comes to in-ring work. And he has also worked with Ospreay in the past, so there should be no shortage of chemistry. Any Ospreay match tends to see a must-see affair on AEW pay-per-views, but it isn't often that he goes up against wrestlers who can essentially match what he does athletically. Ricochet and Takeshita can, and that promises to make for a bout with a ton of show-stealing potential.
It should be a fun match to watch. But it's probably going to be a spot monkey match.
Yeah, this is more your kind of match. You like those fucking...
I prefer luchadors. Luchadors make it look better, I think.
But that's what this pretty much is, man. High flying, that's lucha, man. That's your shit. I'm going to envision a lot of Lucha Underground happening.
Yeah.
Which I did love Lucha Underground. Don't get me wrong. I thought it was entertaining. Mariah May versus Willow Nightingale. For the first time beating her former friend and mentor Toni Storm for the Women's Championship at All In, Mariah May is set to defend her title on pay-per-view. Coming off her street fight loss to Chris Statlander at All Out, Willow Nightingale has rebounded nicely by establishing herself as the number one contender. After beating Taya Valkyrie and Trisha Adora, Willow is set to battle Britt Baker for the number one contendership. Baker had to be removed from the match due to illness. I'm sure it's because of her opinions. But Nightingale won the four-way against Saraya, Jamie Hayter, and Nyla Rose this week on Dynamite to earn the title shot. While May and Nightingale have only faced each other once before, they are very much at opposite ends of the spectrum, which should make more an excellent match. May has been the best heel in AEW's women's division since turning on Storm, while there is arguably no wrestler in AEW who is more beloved the majority of the fan base than Willow. I could have sworn they said fucking that was Danielson, but whatever. The crowd figures to be firmly behind Nightingale, although it may be a bit early for Mariah's title reign to come to an end. Even so, the atmosphere for the match should be electric, and Willow has any chance to improve her stock, regardless of the results. So that's the big matches. That's the information for those and everything. So we don't have to dive into the rest of them, unless I could find a quick fucking. Who else has poor grammar? CBS? Let's see.
CBS. I would hope not.
Let's fucking do this. Oh, okay. Anyways, we don't need to talk anymore about match. Okay, let's dive into the predictions. Let's talk about these matches and get some. Let's get some who you feel is going to win going here. Because we're getting close, man. We're coming down to the end of the year. We're coming down to the end of predictions and stuff like that.
Yes.
Where are we at now? I think I'm at 12. You're at 10. Pac's at 9, and Nubby's at out.
And I guarantee I do not read predictions.
Sure.
That was one of the things when we started this show that I stopped doing was reading dirt sheets.
Sure.
I did.
Sure. Look at me accusing you of being able to read. Yeah. So I'm at 12. You're at 10. Pac's at 9. Nubby's at 4. We're gonna do WrestleDream right now, and if I want to, I'm gonna look real quick to see how many we have left. I think there only might be 4 following this. So okay, so we're gonna have Halloween Havoc on the 27th. We're gonna have Crown Jewel on November 2nd, Full Gear November 23rd, Survivor Series November 30th, and then World's End on the 28th. So we got 5 more shows. So I mean, all I really got to do is win 2 of these, and we're good. So let's get this going. So, kind of close. Anyways, okay. So let's start beginning. We got 3 pre-show matches right now. First one is going to be a singles match for the Ring of Honor World Television Championship. We got Atlantis Jr. taking on Brian Cage. I'm going to go first. I'm going to say Brian Cage wins this one.
Swolverine.
You going Cage?
Yes.
Okay. Show with the attitude, bro.
Whatever.
Nubby's going Atlantis.
There when I marked out over his ass, so.
Yeah, you did mark out over him. I didn't. I was just like, cool. The only thing I marked out over was his prices. Fucking A.
It wasn't bad.
I didn't pay for it. I don't care. Nubby win Atlantis and Pacman win Cage. Pre-show match 2, we got the MXM collection, which is Mansoor and Mason Madden, with manager to be announced, taking on the Acclaimed of Anthony Bowens and Max Caster with Billy Gunn. Who's your pick?
I'm gonna go the MX whatever.
MXM?
Yeah. And it's probably gonna be what's his face that got released earlier this year? The modern day Maharaji.
I think Jinder Mahal's gonna manage them.
Yeah.
I doubt it. I mean, maybe. We'll find out. Nubby also went MXN. Pacman went Acclaimed, and I'm also going Acclaimed. So, the final pre-show match, we're going to have a singles match with Harley Cameron being accompanied to the ring by Soraya. And then Harley will be taking on Anna Jay. Nubby went Anna Jay. Pacman didn't send a prediction in for this one, so hopefully he does before the pay-per-view starts. For me, I think I'm gonna go Harley Cameron on this one, and then Nubby, Jay, who do you got?
Yeah, I got more hair than he does. I got Anna Jay.
Yeah, we are both fucking weirdos.
Yeah. I'm not running around in a shell.
I sure that'd be shellfish up you. Okay. We're going to move to the main card now. We got a singles match for the Ring of Honor World Championship. We got Chris Jericho along with Big Bill and Brian Keith taking on current Ring of Honor World Champion Mark Briscoe. Jericho is a former champion himself. Mark Briscoe is a current champion. He's coming up on, I think, 200 days as champion. It's going to be my pick. And I think, because I'm trying to figure out if it's time for Jericho to get a new gimmick or not, or if he has a tour coming up he has to leave for.
Yeah, the Jericho Cruise is until next year, so.
Yeah. So we don't got to worry about that. See, the hard thing is, like, do they give Jericho the title back, or do they allow Mark Briscoe to keep rolling? Because I haven't been following his title reign, but I've heard he's been fucking killing it as Ring of Honor's champion. I'm probably going to have to stick with it. And I'm probably going to say Mark Briscoe retains the title. I'm going to say Briscoe retains. Who you got, Jay?
I agree with you. I think they let him have it. If he's been doing a great job with it, there's no reason. It doesn't help Jericho.
Yeah.
But I mean, I can't think about it logically because this is Tony Khan.
Yeah.
But I would stick Briscoe.
Yeah. I don't know why Jericho ends up with an ROH title to begin with. I mean, that's like giving Roman Reigns the NXT championship.
Yeah.
But I mean, at the same time, they gave Jericho the fucking FTW title at 1.2. So it's, I know Jericho's not an enhancement talent, but he's definitely that top guy that they can put with these younger guys or these lesser known guys to build them up. And I mean, who knows? Maybe Jericho does pick up the victory. Nubby went Briscoe, Pacman went Jericho. So I mean, maybe he does take the title away from Briscoe again because maybe they want Briscoe to chase it, But like I said, as champion right now, he's doing pretty good. So I don't think he needs to lose it to try to get it back. And I think it just all depends really on how much involved the outside is with Big Bill and Brian Keith. So
I feel like Bill's getting the short end of the stick, always being someone's lackey.
Well, he's not good on the microphone. He's had a history of fucking making poor choices in his personal life to kind of be like, I gotta watch this fucking dude. So,
yeah, that's true.
So he just kind of painted himself into a situation. Like, I mean, fucking A. I mean, one of his first times out there by himself, the fucking Titantron's a big cast, but he covered up the C. You're not coming. You're not coming back when you're standing there and the camera sees big ass behind you. So, tell me that wasn't fucking intentional. McMahon. Did you ever watch the McMahon documentary on Netflix yet?
I started the first episode.
Dude, it's rough. I want all of us, you, me, Pax, and Nubby, I want us all to watch the entire thing. And I want to do like a special podcast where we talk about it.
Hell yeah. Okay.
I want to be able to do that. I'll run it by them and see if they're interested too. But like if we all fucking watch it, it's just like an additional thing. Even if we just do it for just YouTube, it doesn't have to be a JFW podcast. Even if we do it for just YouTube, just fucking talking, I think that'd be incredible.
Oh yeah, that sounds like a great idea.
Oh yeah, because it's my idea. Okay. Next match will be a singles match, straight up singles match. Darby Allin versus Brody King. This is your selection first. So who do you have?
I'm gonna go Brody King. Okay. Even though I don't think it's gonna go that way, it just makes more sense to me.
No, I see what it's one of the things. Like my thought is, so Nubby and Pacman both went Darby. I'm also going Darby. I'm gonna go Darby because the thing is, like, when it comes to WrestleDream, like this, and this is kind of my mindset for a lot of these matches, is it's not one of the big four like WWE has. It's just I think it's a pay-per-view that gets us from one pay-per-view to the next. So yes, there's always a possibility for a title change. Yes, there's always a possibility for like an upset. I just don't see WrestleDream being that pay-per-view where like, hey, let's get some shock factor going and put Brody King over Darby Allin. I mean, they could. They absolutely could if they're going to look at building Brody King more than what he is. It's a possibility because, I mean, Darby Allin was like apparently one of those four pillars or whatever the fuck it is. So, I mean, yeah, win over him would be great. But I think because this is like, just like it says, it's just a transition pay-per-view or just the next stop to the next pay-per-view. I think they just give the Darby Allin just, they can keep building him and, making people know he's one of the top guys. So, singles match for the AEW TNT Championship. Jack Perry, current champion, taking on Shibata, Katsuyori Shibata. Nubby picked Perry. Pacman picked Perry. I'm going to go Perry's retaining. Who do you got?
I'm going to keep it across the board and go Perry.
Yeah. Again, title changes are possible. Jack Perry, again, one of those four pillars. I don't see him taking the title off of him. Three-way match for the AEW International Championship.
Jesus Christ.
Will Ospreay, Ricochet, Takeshita. So we talked about this earlier. We think it's going to be a bunch of flips and shit, arm drags and hip tosses and
So
hurricane
Osprey's champ.
ranas. Osprey is the current international champion. Pacman went Ricochet. I'm saying Osprey holds it. Even though Ricochet would probably be the close second to me, I'm saying Osprey retains it. Who's your prediction?
I'm going to go Ricochet only because I think it'd be fun to see these two go back and forth with the title.
I got you. Nubby went Osprey. I think the only way Ricochet wins is if he pins Takeshita.
Oh, yeah, that Takeshita is the one that's going to take the fall.
Yeah. I think because I'm trying to remember. I don't think. I know Osprey and Ricochet fought each other, but was it for the championship?
I don't remember.
I don't remember either, and that's the thing too. So it's like Osprey pins Takeshita, and Ricochet, "Hey, you didn't beat me," or Ricochet pins Takeshita, and then Osprey says, You took my title, but you didn't pin me." Either way, the one's like, "You didn't pin me to earn it or win it or retain it or whatever it is." But I think Osprey holds on to it because again, if this is getting us to the next pay-per-view, Ricochet takes on Osprey one-on-one and maybe he takes it there. So, tag team match for the AEW World Tag Team Championships. You got the Young Bucks, Matthew Jackson and Nick Jackson taking on Private Party of Zay and Quen. Dude, it gets to the point, and it kind of reminds me of Obafemi with the North American title. They've had him for so long. Every time they put the title on, it's like, this has to be the time they lose it. Like, this has to be the moment they lose. Like, something like they cannot keep winning it and keep owning it. Like, but looking at Private Party, do they make them the team to beat the Young Bucks? That's the hard part. I'm sticking with the Young Bucks. Normally, I go with whatever team's facing the Young Bucks. So this might be the time the Young Bucks lose because I'm picking opposite. But I'm gonna go Young Bucks because I gotta play the odds and say Bucks over Private Party.
Yeah, I'm gonna take the Rockers from Dollar Store too.
Everyone went Bucks on this one, so Young Bucks across the board.
At least that one won't come into effect.
Exactly. Singles match for the AEW Women's Championship. We got current champion Mariah May going up against Willow Nightingale. Jay, I think it's your pick, man.
I'm gonna go with the current champ. I don't think it's time for her to drop it yet. And again, transition. I mean, make it a hype, I would probably do it myself. But again,
yes.
Tony Khan.
Yeah. So the belief is, and real quick, Nubby went May, Pacman went Willow. So Pacman thinks the title's going to change. The way I see it, and it's trying to get in the mind of Tony Khan, which is a lot of fucking like jack in the boxes and stacking cups and shit. That too, yeah. Taco Bell. If Khan wants to book this properly, what he could do or should do, or maybe it's too logical and they won't do it, is Mariah May, who beat her mentor for this title,
right,
retains it here, and then faces Toni Storm at the next pay-per-view. What is the next pay-per-view? Full Gear?
Yeah. So what needs to happen is Toni Storm needs to come out and fuck up Mariah May during this match. Causing disqualification.
That's all disqualification. Yeah. Whatever it is, Mariah May needs to keep the title.
Right.
Again, I don't follow a lot of AEW because, especially in October, I haven't really been following shit, but I don't follow a lot of AEW to begin with. I need to. I really do. As a wrestling podcast, I need to be watching this shit as it unfolds. So I will do better on that. I promise to all you who think I should do it. I will. Cool your shit. Depending on how Mariah May has been doing since winning the title, either she's going to retain this title and drop it to Toni because she's not doing a good job, or she's going to beat Willow and then beat Toni because she's progressing in a good way. but she needs that official win over Toni Storm to solidify her as a champion. So
yes.
I think either way, she's going to go into Full Gear as champion. I think she's going to go to Full Gear facing Toni Storm. So, but she's going to be facing her as champion. And I do like what you said. Toni needs to come out, beat up Mariah May, cause disqualification. She retains the title that way. And then who knows? They'll probably be dumb enough to make it a triple threat at Full Gear. So
Yeah, probably.
Yeah. So yeah. So May. So I win May, you win May, Nubby win May, and Pacman thinks Willow's gonna win. Singles match: Jay White versus Hangman Adam Page. I kind of wish there was some more info on why these two are facing each other, but it is what it is. Who cares? Nubby went white. Pacman went white. I'm gonna go white. What about you?
I'm gonna go Page.
Okay.
I think Page is just coming back too. If I'm, or has recently came back, something like that.
Yeah, I mean, him picking up the victory would make a lot of sense. Yeah, because he's been back, but he hasn't been back very long. And I know he's kind of up there in like the title talks and all the main card, the main event talks and everything. So this one goes one way or another. I'm focusing more on the Page is overly focused, and that's what costs him is a distraction win kind of thing. So we'll see. 2 out of 3 falls match between Hologram and the Beast Mortos. No idea what the fuck these things are. Who's Hologram? Hologram, also known as former ring name Aramis, is a Mexican luchador. He is currently signed to AEW. Known as time for AAA. His real name is not a matter of public opinion, as is often the case with masked wrestlers in Mexico. In February 2024, Ramos signed with AEW until July of 24. He began airing vignettes teasing the arrival of a new wrestler named Hologram. And the identity of the wrestler was later reported to be Aramis. On July 20th of AEW Collision, Hologram will make his in-ring debut defeating Gringo Loco. At All Out 0 Hour on September 7th, Hologram teamed with Dustin Rhodes and Sammy Guevara to defeat the Prime Athletes. Hologram made his AEW Dynamite debut on October 8th, defeating Commander. After the match, both wrestlers would attack by La Facion, Ingonorable, Rush, Dorusco, and the Beast Mortos.
Jesus Christ.
What? And then the Beast Mortos. Let's see here. It's also known by his former ring name Black Taurus, is a Mexican luchador. Okay. Where are we at here? Go back to yeah, never go. It's fine. In December of 2023, at Final Battle, Taurus made his in-ring debut, challenging El Hijo de Vikingo at AAA Megastars in a losing effort. On December 22nd's episode of WWE Rampage, Taurus made his debut for the sister company Ring of Honor. He once again challenged Vikingo for the AAA Mega Championship in a losing effort. January 18th, Lucha Blog reported that Taurus is signed with AEW. However, he will not be able to use the Black Taurus name or character as AAA owns the gimmick. On April 5th, Supercard of Honor 0 Hour, Taurus returned to Ring of Honor, now wearing a new mask and under the name The Beast Mortos, defeating Blake Christian. On April 27th edition of Collision, Mortos made his AEW debut under his new character in a losing effort against Rey Fenix. On the Collision edition of Grand Slam on September 28th, Morto was defeated by Hologram in a 3-way match, also involving Dralistico. After the match, Mortos joined forces with Dralistico and Rush to attack Hologram and joined La Facion inaugural in the process. So we're looking at about 2 weeks ago. Hologram beat Mortos and Dralisco in a triple threat match. And then he got beat down by a faction. So with that information, there's a 2 out of 3 falls match between these two men. I don't know why it's match number 11 on this list. I hope to God it's not the semi-main. Whatever. But it is 2 out of 3 falls. So, whose turn is it? No, it doesn't matter. I'm going to go with Mortos. I'm going to go Mortos. You got Jay.
I'm gonna go hologram because I like his name better. That's basically all my it is coming down to this.
Okay.
Actually, I think his mask is pretty cool looking too, if I'm remembering correctly.
Yeah, you mean looking like Axiom? Yeah. Nubby went hologram, and then Pacman went Mortos. Finally, singles match for the AEW World Championship. You got Bryan Danielson, the current champion, taking on Jon Moxley. Going to be accompanied to the ring by Marina Shafir. Both Nubby and Pacman went Danielson. This is in Washington. It's WrestleDream. If he loses, he's going to cut his time down. So I'm going to say Danielson wins.
I'm gonna go Moxley.
Ooh, stupid, but okay.
Well, it is Washington.
Yeah.
So it is home state.
Mm-hmm.
I think there's gonna be a surprise, and maybe we finally get Shane McMahon on AEW television as the leader of the group.
Yeah, Shane McMahon. Right, comes out the cloak. It was me, Con. It was me,
It was me
all
the
along.
whole time.
For Danielson to finish his career, per se, because yes, they do. It's not they're saying like if he loses, he's done. If he loses, he's not going to be full time. If they were saying like once he loses, he is done wrestling altogether, to end in Washington would probably be a great way to fucking go out.
Right. And you're probably right, but
I don't think it's worth the loss right now. I really don't. And honestly, you should give that honor to Darby Allin, Jack Perry, a guy who probably needs it more than Moxley. So.
yeah, but you're thinking logically.
Oh yeah, that's right. I need to act like my dad buys me everything. So, but we do have our predictions. That is WrestleDream coming up. Again, that's today. It's in the books. Has Pacman responded to give me a? I don't see it, so no. Okay, so hopefully he does. If not, then he loses the opportunity to get that point. That's on him, not me. I'm gonna tell him. Jay, anything else going on in wrestling?
Not that I can think of at the moment.
Okay. I think we said the next pay-per-view is going to be Halloween Havoc NXT. Halloween Havoc is going to be on the 27th, so that's going to be in a couple weeks. So if Jay and I could get together, we'll do predictions and they're showing that. Obviously, follow along what's going on with the Bloodline situation with Roman Reigns, Cody Rhodes, and all that stuff. And, we'll just kind of keep track. We will, I promise you, I know we've been saying it for 7 years, but I promise you, we are doing our best to keep up on all televised wrestling or all major wrestling. And that, yes, should include New Japan Pro Wrestling. So we will do our best. As we're wrapping up 2024 here in the next few months, we'll try to make that a better goal for 2025. So I promise you, we'll do our best to like at least try to get that stuff up. We've been really laxed on the Freakin 5, so we'll try doing that a lot more. We're going to try to do more for you guys here for JFW. Right. Just because, you guys deserve it. You guys come here, you listen to the shows and stuff like that, and we appreciate that. And we want to be able to do more for you. And that includes the Ring of Honor fans, the New Japan fans, the TNA fans, and all that stuff too. Especially with TNA and NXT working a lot together lately. So we'll continue to do that. And, maybe we'll work on getting Freakin 5 back to like maybe a monthly thing or some shit. Probably not so much weekly, but maybe monthly. We'll definitely do that for you guys as well. So, okay, cool. Yeah, guys, make sure you follow us on social media, Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter, just by searching Just Freakin Wrestling or the JFW Podcast. Make sure if you would like to watch our show, if you like to watch the podcast, you can do so over at the JFW Podcast YouTube channel or Just Freakin Wrestling. Search whatever will pop up. Subscribe to us. You can watch it. We also have like Freakin exclusives. That's like moments caught or interviews caught at independent wrestling shows that we catch. Like the most recent one with the confrontation that I had with C Red over at the Rocket Pros Darkness Falls. That kind of will explain my rant from this previous show. So you can check that out, see the beginning, what caused my tirade at the beginning of yesterday's show, and obviously the issues and stuff that progressed over into the Power Hour. So this is the origin, the epitome, or whatever the fuck called. This is patient zero right here. It is short, you know, you got less than a minute, I think, if you want to watch it. So go ahead and check that out. And all of our other podcasts are still available there. All our episodes, our videos, and the audios are available there. Even though I'm having issues with C Red right now, and I still don't know why, but here we are. This is the world we live in. I did do a 4-part interview with him, and that is also available over at the JFW YouTube channel, so make sure you go over there and check it out. As you saw at the beginning of this episode, you know, CarterComics.com, make sure you go over there, buy some comics, sponsor our sponsors, so, you know, promote their shit, buy some stuff. Yeah. That's all I got.
Time to ring the bell on this episode.
Perfect. As always, I am Travis-T.
I'm Dizzle J.
Thank you for listening to the episode of Just Freakin Wrestling, the JFW Podcast.
Peace.